बहुत ही सेंसिटिवली और बहुत ही केयरफुली कोर्ट रूम को डिपिक्ट किया है और लॉयर्स को डिपिक्ट किया है, क्योंकि इट वाज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू हर कि ये बहुत ही ऑथेंटिक लगे। हर एपिसोड एक डिफरेंट केस को टैकल करता है। मैं ऑडिशंस दे रही थी एज ऑल एक्टर्स डू। आई केप्ट गेटिंग शॉर्टलिस्टेड और they kept telling me you're very good लेकिन you don't fit this role, आप बहुत young है, आप बहुत there was always something missing। फिर गिल्टी माइंड्स के लिए मुझे कॉल आया। I think सिर्फ 10-12 दिन बाकी थे when they had to start shoot और शुभांगी लॉक नहीं हुई थी। So they were also stressed कि we've not found the character and I did it। और अगले दिन ही उन्होंने कहा कि शिफाली मैम would like to meet you और नाविद का फोन आया and he says that we'd like to lock you and I couldn't believe that क्योंकि 2 years I've waited to hear those words। She wanted her to have that innocence, she wanted her to be just excited and naive and not think too much, and that's very different from me because I think a lot and I'm trying to be proper all the time, and so I had to let that go and just be open and just be free। In the 9th episode of the show, I don't want to give away too much, लेकिन I'm fighting a case about a dating app। वो बहुत funny था क्योंकि सब judge is an older woman and there are older people around and मुझे ये transcripts पढ़ने थे जो chats थे between these girls and boys। So to do that seriously was difficult because I was saying all these inappropriate things because I had to make my point, but it was a very serious situation, so that was tough। Sometimes I would laugh because it was just such a funny situation।
देखिए, कोर्टरूम ड्रामा जो है वो हमें पसंद आते हैं, फिर चाहे वो हमें बड़े पर्दे में हम फिल्मों में देखें, सीरियल्स में देखें या वेब सीरीज में देखें, क्योंकि वहां पर दिलचस्प केसेस होते हैं, आर्ग्यूमेंट्स होते हैं, गवाह होते हैं, जजेस होते हैं जो फैसला सुनाते हैं और पैरवी करते हुए वकील होते हैं। और असल जिंदगी के कोर्टरूम से ये थोड़े से हटकर होते हैं। लेकिन Amazon प्राइम में आई है एक बहुत ही रियलिस्टिक लीगल सीरीज गिल्टी माइंड्स, जिसमें कमाल के एंसेंबल कास्ट है, जिनमें से एक तो गॉर्जियस नम्रता इस वक्त हमारे साथ है। तो उनकी जर्नी, उनके कैरेक्टर के बारे में और फ्यूचर प्लान्स के बारे में ढेर सारी आज बातें करेंगे। पर फर्स्ट थिंग्स फर्स्ट, नम्रता, अ वार्म वेलकम ऑन आवर प्लेटफॉर्म।
थैंक यू सो मच।
अच्छा, जो सीरीज है, सबसे पहले तो मैं उसके बारे में जानना चाहूंगी। अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल मस्ट हैव नॉट वॉच्ड इट येट, तो क्या आप उनको एक वन लाइनर में कहेंगी, समथिंग दैट इमीडिएटली टेल्स देम कि भैया जाओ और देखो सीरीज?
वेल, गिल्टी माइंड्स एक बहुत ही ग्रिपिंग लीगल ड्रामा है और बहुत ही पर्टिनेंट करंट इश्यूज के बारे में बताते हैं हमें। और द ब्यूटी ऑफ द शो इज कि क्योंकि इट्स अ लीगल ड्रामा और कोर्टरूम्स में ये आर्ग्यूमेंट्स हो रहे हैं, हम 2 साइड्स देख सकते हैं हर इश्यू के बारे में। एंड कैरेक्टर्स बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग है और प्लॉट बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग है, तो आई फील पीपल विल रियली एंजॉय इट।
ओके, नम्रता, लेकिन जैसे मैंने कहा, कोर्टरूम ड्रामा जब भी आता है किसी भी फॉर्मेट में आए, वी लव वॉचिंग इट। सीरियल्स में भी कभी अगर कोर्ट का कोई केस होता है तो बड़ा मजा आता है वाली सीरीज देखने में। सो हाउ वुड यू से फ्रॉम व्हाट वी हैव ऑलरेडी सीन एज एन ऑडियंस, गिल्टी माइंड्स कैसे अलग है? आप कैसे डिफरेंशिएट करोगे?
वेल, आई थिंक इट इज द मोस्ट ऑथेंटिक लीगल ड्रामा जो हमने स्क्रीन पे देखा है अब तक, क्योंकि यूजुअली आई फील जो भी हम देखते आ रहे हैं इट्स यूजुअली वेरी ड्रामेटाइज्ड, whereas रियलिटी में कोर्ट बहुत ही अलग होता है। और शिफाली हमारे डायरेक्टर, उनके फैमिली में सब लोग लॉयर्स हैं। तो उन्होंने ये वर्ल्ड बहुत ही क्लोजली ऑब्जर्व किया है और उन्हें बहुत ही सेंसिटिवली और बहुत ही केयरफुली कोर्ट रूम को डिपिक्ट किया है और लॉयर्स को डिपिक्ट किया है, क्योंकि इट वाज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू हर कि ये बहुत ही ऑथेंटिक लगे और रियल लगे। तो इन दैट सेंस इट्स वेरी डिफरेंट। और आई फील आई डोंट थिंक कि हमने लीगल ड्रामा देखा है जो लॉयर्स की लाइफ को एक्सप्लोर करे। The grace of being a lawyer, कि you have to defend somebody that you may not believe, या the difficulties that a lawyer faces on a day to day। हर episode एक different case को tackle करता है। And I feel it will be a very different experience from the things that we've seen so far।
Okay, so कहीं ना कहीं ह्यूमनाइज एक लॉयर को करने की कोशिश, बिकॉज जनरली क्या
Yes.
जैसे सीरीज में होता है या किसी भी कोर्ट रूम ड्रामा में कि जो केस है जो कोर्ट में चल रहा है वो इम्पोर्टेंट है, बट यहाँ आई थिंक
Right.
जो कैरेक्टर्स हैं जो लॉयर्स आप लोग प्ले कर रहे हैं उनकी भी अपनी एक लाइफ है, वो काले कोट के
Right.
पहले वो एक इंसान है, तो वो शायद दिखाया गया है.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So coming to your character, how did Shubhangi happen to you?
Well, मैं auditions दे रही थी, as all actors do, and 1-2 साल के लिए मैं बस auditions देती रही और I kept getting shortlisted और they kept telling me you're very good, लेकिन you don't fit this role, आप बहुत young है, आप बहुत there was always something missing. और of course it was disheartening, but I just kept going और फिर Guilty Minds के लिए मुझे call आया and I think सिर्फ 10-12 दिन बाकी थे when they had to start shoot और शुभांगी लॉक नहीं हुई थी. So they were also stressed कि we've not found the character. और I went and auditioned जैसे मैं normal auditions देती रही. I didn't have any high hopes क्योंकि already इतने rejections आ चुके थे. तो I thought चलो one more audition. And I did it और अगले दिन ही उन्होंने कहा कि शेफाली मैम would like to meet you. And so I went again. I was like चलो ये भी मीटिंग्स होते रहते हैं. तो I went and met her और मैं ऑफिस से निकलते ही I was in a rickshaw going home and हमारे प्रोड्यूसर नावेद का फोन आया and I thought he's calling to say कि you'll need to come back for a reading और क्योंकि that had been the case always. और नावेद का फोन आया and he says that we'd like to lock you and I couldn't believe that क्योंकि 2 years I've waited to hear those words. So I didn't know when I would hear it. And I was sitting in a rickshaw and they said, we want to lock you. So it was just a crazy feeling in that moment. And that's how it happened. And I ended up being Shubhangi.
Okay. So tell us something about her character. So who is Shubhangi Khanna? And Namrata के तौर पे आप कितना relate कर पाई या कितना था कि नहीं, this is not me?
I think that, well, to start with, who she is, she's a 25-year-old girl who's just come back from Harvard Law School and वो अपने family firm में काम करने लगती है and her दादाजी puts her under Deepak Rana, who's one of the top lawyers there. And I think her character is just really full of life. She's also naive और वो बहुत ही excited है सब चीजों के बारे में. She just wants to work. She just wants to be good at her job and she's just in awe of the world around her. And I think that's something I really related to because this was my first project. और मैं भी वही महसूस कर रही थी कि I've just stepped into this professional world and I'm just so excited. So that was a very relatable fact. And Shefali was very clear that she wanted her to just be open. She wanted her to be because सब लोग age में बड़े हैं मुझसे in the series. And Shubhangi is the youngest, so she wanted her to have that innocence. She wanted her to be just excited and naive and, not think too much. And that's very different from me because I think a lot and I'm trying to be proper all the time. And so I had to let that go and just be open and just be free. But it was a lot of fun to do that.
Okay. And how was it working? Just say ensemble cast hai, so there is, young talent hai, aap hai, Varun hai, Shriya hai, and then veterans bhi hai who keep on going and coming in.
Yeah.
So how was it? Was it intimidating or you were like very well grounded that yaar mujhe pata hai mera kaam kya hai, I'll do it really well?
Well, I was nervous. Mere pehle din pe I was just shaking. I couldn't believe that I was on a set. So I was nervous, but fortunately everyone just wanted to come there and do their jobs well. So I think I also kind of picked up that energy and it became just being good at what you're doing. Or in terms of Varun, Shriya, they both were so warm and welcoming. Varun I've actually known for a long time. We've helped each other audition for things. He's been my friend. So it was very comforting to have him as my first co-star because, हम साथ में lines पढ़ लेते थे scene के पहले, हम rehearse करते थे and there was that comfort. In terms of the more established actors, I was very scared because Kulbhushan ji मेरे दादाजी प्ले कर रहे हैं, एंड ऑफ कोर्स हम सब उन्हें जानते हैं, मेरे पेरेंट्स, ग्रैंड पेरेंट्स सब उन्हें देखते आ रहे हैं, तो दैट प्रेशर वाज देयर दैट आई मुझे उनके सामने अच्छा काम करना है. But he was also just so nice. I was so surprised at the warmth and the professionalism, and the nervousness went away very quickly because everyone was just brilliant.
But did you do any prep for it? Because playing a lawyer, बहुत सारे jargons होते हैं, वकालत वाले जो बोलने होते हैं, you can't speak in normal language. So उसकी preparation के लिए did you meet any actual lawyers, or how did you prep yourself?
I did. I went to high court, और हमारे एक फैमिली फ्रेंड है जो लॉयर है, तो she took me around और लॉयर से इंट्रोड्यूस करवाया, and I saw their environment, and like I said, Shefali ji had a lot of input क्योंकि वो all her life she's been surrounded by lawyers. So her inputs, and in terms of learning lines, I am very good at just learning the lines. So as long as मुझे समझ में आया है मैं क्या बोल रही हूँ और क्या point है, it was more finding the character and finding out कि शुभांगी कौन है, and then that influences कि आप court में कैसे behave करते हो और आप कैसे argue करते हो. So going to high court, speaking to lawyers, listening to Shefali ma'am's stories, all of that contributed to the process.
Okay. Now also जब courtroom scene चल रहा होता है, obviously आप एक केस लड़ रहे हैं जो सीरियस ही है, आपको जीतना है अपनी साइड के लिए, तो वो पूरा सीरियस माहौल होगा, आई एम श्योर. मतलब आप भी हैं, अपोजिंग पार्टी भी है, जितने लोग भी वहां बैठे हैं. बट उस बीच क्या कभी कुछ ऐसा फनी हुआ जो नाउ यू रिमेम्बर इन रेट्रोस्पेक्ट के यार सीरियस कुछ सीन चल रहा था and then something funny happened, or some BTS?
Well, I was actually in the 9th episode of the show. I don't want to give away too much. Lekin I'm fighting a case about a dating app. And वो बहुत funny था क्योंकि सब judge is an older woman and there are older people around, and मुझे ये transcripts पढ़ने थे जो chats थे between these girls and boys. तो to do that seriously was difficult because I was saying all these inappropriate things because I had to make my point, but it was a very serious situation, so that was tough. Sometimes I would laugh because it was just such a funny situation when I had to be serious.
Okay, but 10 episodes की series है ये, इसमें ऐसा कोई एक episode है which you really connected really well with, या आपको बहुत ही ज्यादा पसंद आया, या कोई बहुत ही emotionally draining कोई sequence?
Well, I was actually not fighting this case, but in the 3rd episode there is a case about a water crisis, and ये इतनी sensitivity से लिखी हुई है ये episode, and Shriya and Varun वो case fight कर रहे हैं, and I am to be assisting Varun in that. तो मैं वो scenes में थी, लेकिन I was just an observer. लेकिन वो एक दिन ऐसा था जो श्रिया ने also mention किया है बहुत बार कि इतना emotional था to speak about these issues. That day is a day everyone will remember क्योंकि it was very emotional, it was very heavy, and these are real issues that we were talking about. And even though ये एक character है and you're playing a part, certain things really hit you, and I remember that day being emotional for everybody because I think जब लोग episode देखेंगे they'll realize why, and why it was such a moment when they're arguing in court and they're talking about what women have to do to get water just for their basic needs. And so that will really that day will really stay with me even though I was just observing it.
Okay. नम्रता, जैसे आपने कहा कि 2 साल तक आपने काफी ऑडिशंस दिए, बट योर डेब्यू वाज अ सॉन्ग व्हिच बिकेम अ वेरी हिट नंबर, भुला दिया. तो उसके बाद जर्नी आसान नहीं हुई, चैलेंजेस बढ़ गए, या योर एक्सपेक्टेशन बार केम वेरी हाई, व्हाट हैपेंड?
I think that is something I just did. As I think for me, it's always been I'll take an opportunity as an opportunity. It's not कि I'll do this or फिर life is going to change. I'll look at it as okay, this has come to me, I'll do it. मैं पूरी कोशिश करूंगी that I'll do my best, and then you move on, and then life happens, and then the next thing comes along. So I wasn't expecting it to really change anything. Even in terms of having guilty minds, I'm so grateful that I got the opportunity to just be part of it. and hopefully, just I've gotten to work with amazing people, and I've gotten this opportunity, and then whatever has to happen, I think everybody has their own path. Um, one can never predict कि क्या होने वाला है, life कहाँ जाने वाला है. Even if you get a dream role, it's not कि things are ever easy. So of course there have been difficult times. Of course, ऐसे moments थे जहाँ I felt कि it's really getting tough to stay positive. लेकिन it's what I've always wanted to do. So I'm okay with the journey being difficult.
Okay. But like you were speaking of dream role, तो I'm sure हर actor की bucket list होती है, कुछ projects, कुछ roles, कुछ काम, certain people जिनके साथ यार life में काम करना है. So top 5 इस वक्त अगर पूछूं, what are the top 5 dream roles or projects that come to your mind?
Well, I would definitely love to be part of a thriller, or play a character that's grey and dark.
Okay.
And just so many things. I think that इतने सारे directors हैं जो I really want to work with. In terms of just say a Zoya Akhtar who portrays human emotions so well, just to be part of one of her stories would be a dream. Of course, to anyone that decides to become an actor wants to do a mainstream Bollywood film. And I would be lying if I said that is not on the bucket list. So yeah, I think for now, just काम करते रहना is the goal, and hopefully one thing will lead to another.
Okay. And one more thing that maybe a lot of people do not know about you, which now you can reveal through this interview, is कि you are an actor, उसमें आप अपना craft better कर रही हैं, और भगवान की दया से आपको आपकी bucket list का सारा काम मिलता भी रहे. That's my sincere prayer. But you're also a trained dancer, right?
Well, I'm not really a trained dancer. I haven't trained in any form of dance, but I love it. मैं बहुत सारे dance classes करती रहती हूँ. I think when you're in that phase of training or acting classes and you want to become good at everything, so dance was one of those things, and I really, really wanted to get good at it. And so I just kept doing classes and kept learning and kept trying to grow, and I'm still trying to get better at it. It's definitely one of my passions.
Okay, all right. So what is next? Is there anything in the pipeline that you can, right now announce after Guilty Minds?
Well, I do have a show that I finished shooting for Sony Live, and hopefully they'll announce that soon. It's not been officially announced.
Okay.
It's very different from this one, and I'm very excited about it. And now that people have seen Guilty Minds, hopefully there'll be more things to come.
Definitely. Fingers crossed for that. Jate, Namrata, what would be your message to your fans watching this interview?
Please watch the show and just please give it love, because we've made it with a lot of love, and I hope you enjoy it.
Okay, everybody will definitely enjoy, and I hope we get more opportunities कि आप बहुत सारा काम करें और बहुत सारे हम interviews करें. So may you be successful in the things that you take up. And thank you so much for your time, Namrata.
Thank you so much. Lovely talking to you.
Same here. Bye-bye.